Are we live or do we have to go live? Hello. Are we on? Boker Tov, Boker Or. We're just checking to make sure this is working. Taking us a few tries. Yeah. Okay, great. So welcome. We are about to count the 9th day of the Omer. 9 days since we left the narrow place on our way to Sinai, the 50th day, the climax of the story, Shavuot. And
hello, Debbie. Hello, Larry.
And we're doing this Omer counting with Shir Shirim. We're in chapter 2, listening for the voices of these lovers who are trying to teach us something about intimacy and trust, passion, being bold, truth. So we begin with each session with the counting of the Omer, with a little Omer poem for the day. And Jim has a poem about Ukraine today too that I think we're going to offer, right? So let's get into it. Ready?
To lead a better life, I need my love to be here. Walk, making each day of the year, changing my life with a wave of my hand.
That'll help. Okay. All right, we're going to try again here.
Yeah.
And hopefully we won't get cut off or something happened with our internet. I think. We're going to try again here. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's go right into the poem.
Okay.
It's hard not to be paying attention as we're reading about love and counting every day and having every day count to not pay attention to what's happening around us.
אנחנו וצאצאינו וצאצאי עמך בית ישראל, כולנו יודעי שמך ולומדי תורתך לשמה. ברוך אתה אדוני המלמד את תורה לעמו ישראל. Amen. Oh God, make the words of your teaching pleasant on our lips and the lips of all those that come into our circle, onto our screen, so we can spend a time in learning for the pleasure of it. Blessed are you who teaches in this fashion. Amen. Hello, Samantha. Hello, Diane. Hello, Debbie. Hello, Larry. Hello, Alyssa. Hello, Susan. Hello, JL. Okay, here we go. Need a better life. What happened to it? Okay, I have to read it from my phone. Oops. Hello, Susan. Okay, here we go. This is a part of the series called the Vigil in the Donbass. Vigil. Edivika, the town, is in the way of the next advance of Russian troops, protected by a World War I style system of dug trenches. Still, the Russians have broken through the first line, and now they will lob shells into the town center. This week, a supermarket and athletic store, middle of town. There is one surgeon at the local hospital. He sleeps there because if he goes home, he might not make it back. No heat, no running water in town. Those who have stayed are living in 60 bomb shelters underground. Like Mariupol, the Russians destroying the city. Most of the people left in the city living underground. Valentina lives underground with her daughter and grandchildren. She says her grandson has begun to walk around talking to himself. She calls them children of the underground. The hospital power out for drinking water, a blue cistern in the lobby.
Seems right for the 9th day of the Omer. Counting not only each day that we are supposed to be getting closer to Sinai, but also counting the days of this terrible war. So, are you ready to?
You betcha.
Do you have a reading for the day 9, or do we
You
just
betcha.
jump into song?
Are you kidding? Who do you think you're talking to?
Of course we do. All right, day 9. Day 9.
Who do you think you're talking to? Counting 2 weeks. Gevura within Gevura. Gevura Shiba Gevura. Let's talk about the energy for a second.
Yeah, Gevura.
The first week is given over to Chesed, pure giving, love, expression, openness, giving. The second week is complementary to that. Complementary with an E. It dyadic twos, the terrible twos of existence. If you have Chesed, you have Gevura to moderate it, restraint, Gevura, restraint, withhold a little bit, which will be synthesized in the triad next week with Tiferet, the middle pole. But this week we're given over to the restraint notion. Counting 2 weeks, Gevura within Gevura. So today is a heavy dose of restraint. Quiet within my bones, a full amount of restraint. Attentive to myself when myself may be on the problem arc, not the solution arc. I am searching for the I in every sentence. I may take the I's out entirely, as in this prayer, Shema, listen, there is God, and other than God, what's left? Amen. Here's the key: Chesed, love; Gevura, restraint. Next week, Tiferet,
Beauty.
beauty. Then Netzach, you think you know; Hod, you don't. Yesod, foundation. And then the spigot, Malchut. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitchen bo mitzvotav v'tzivanu v'asfirat ha'omer. Hayom tisha yamim shehem shavua echad u'shnei yamim la'omer. Today is day 9 of the Omer, which is 1 week and 2 days of the Omer. Welcome to your spiritual alignment. Amen.
Thanks,
There
Jenny.
you go.
Thanks, sweetie. Thanks. So let's jump in. We're in
Oh,
chapter
wait a
2.
second.
What?
One more thing.
Okay. Oh, Dr. Mahali?
Dr. M teaches the Omer. Epigraph: almost all your certainty is misplaced.
So true.
Fountain, its origins toward love, chesed. Love overflowing, bordered by gevura, restraint. Lifted and balanced into tiferet, beauty. With netzach, a renewal of confidence. Second pass, you think you know, you don't know. Moderated by Hod. Settling into synthesis, Yesod in your body. With Malchut, this spigot is yours. Open, not open.
I think that's such a wonderful, it explains so much. And, I think that we have to think about the place of Gevura in this poem. What is the place of restraint in this poem? In Shir Shirim, in the Song of All Songs, there doesn't seem to be much, except that actually in today's poem, this second poem in chapter 2, there is restraint, not from the woman and not from her lover. There is restraint for the daughters of Jerusalem.
Okay, you're going to have to explain that. Let's get into the text.
Okay. So so today we're up to chapter 2, verses 4, 5, 6, and 7. This is the next poem, right?
Okay,
You got that?
I'm with you.
All right. So let's read it. It begins with the woman's voice. We're back to her voice, right? And there's a lot of play here. What could this be saying?
Heviani el beit hayayin.
So he's brought me to the house of wine.
Diglo alai ahava.
So this word diglo, is it degel? Is it flag? Or is it, as Marcia Falk suggests, it comes from an Akkadian root for glance.
For what?
Glanced, to glance at. So not that she's covered by a flag or a banner. She's covered by his glances.
Oh.
By his glances. Either, I don't know.
Heviani el beit hayayin.
Yeah.
Into the house.
Banqueting house. He's bringing her into a public place, right? Which, is a big deal because she's not part of the royalty. She's not part of the society.
But
she's an outsider.
It's not a tavern. We want to make sure we understand it's not that.
No.
This is more like a tryst chamber, I think, in my mind. This is the tryst chamber.
Okay.
Beit hayayin. Something is this pleasure chamber.
But they're not alone. This is they're in a public place, right?
I'm not so
Well,
sure.
because at the end we've got these daughters of Jerusalem that are there,
Mm,
right? So even though there's this fever of love, right, in the next verse, they're in some kind of a public place. No, he's
mm,
brought me to the banqueting house.
I'm not sure of that.
Sansino says he's brought me to the house of wine.
Yeah,
The blocks say.
literally, it's House of Wine, but
Yeah.
I still,
What do you think?
I have a sense that this is the tryst location,
But it's a public place.
the
No.
love chamber. I'm not sure. I'm not sure that
Well-
they're actually daughters, like a chorus of daughters standing there. But let's continue.
Okay, keep going.
So,
So either his banner, something is covering her uh, with love.
mhm.
And Marcia Fox says the only thing that makes sense to her is a glance, even though
Yeah.
everybody else has some kind of a flag, because that's the word degel, right?
Yes, but there's another
Deep
pointing, I think,
Yeah.
where that word can turn into an imperative, also from Assyrian use.
Mhm.
Assyrian use
Mm.
to serve me
Mm.
as an imperative. Serve me with love. See, I think we're moving into we're having a love moment here,
Okay.
like a physical love moment here between two people.
Could be. Let me lie among the vine
Especially
blossoms.
since we got a description of where his hands are.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Hello.
Yeah, right.
Come on, people.
That's true. Let his hand.
Come on, people.
Or is she guiding him? Is she telling him? Because this is her voice. His left hand beneath my head, his right arm holding me close. So she's describing him. He's not telling. He's right. This is her description.
I think we're at the moment of
Okay.
embrace here.
No, maybe.
We're at
Well, it says so. His right
highly
hand
sowed
embraces
moment
me.
here.
Let's go back to verse 5 though.
Samchuni ba'ashishot
Ashishot,
rabduni b'tapuchim
the blossoms.
cholat ahava ani.
All right.
Oh my God. So here,
Stay with me
Samchuni,
with
support me or quiet me or something.
yeah, refresh me with those apples. Those love apples.
Or maybe a kind of raisins. We're not sure what this word is.
The blocks have apricots.
Yeah.
They're into the apricots. They love the apricots. I think that's some kind of a
There's a use in Hosea,
uh-huh.
like raisins, or like maybe a raisin cake, a kind
Oh,
of
yeah,
a
yeah.
raisin cake.
Mm-hmm.
Even Ezra thinks it's a wine. It's another kind of wine.
Figures.
Samchuni ba'ashishot rapduni. These words are so unusual. The spread of the scent of apples or something, betapuchim.
If you want to go to what Sancinos is reminding us here of the allegory, I don't know if you want to even go there, because I don't think we think it's much of an allegory, but we have right that the banqueting house is Sinai and the banner or the flag is Torah.
Yeah, okay. So also
Boring.
that this
Yeah.
is Agadah, the Ashishot
Right.
Agadah.
Agadah, the oral law and the written law.
Well, the narrative, the stories.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah.
I mean, okay. There's something physical happening here, and
Definitely.
I can tell you what that physical is.
But
Ba'ashishot rabduni b'tapuchim ki chola. I am sick with love. I am lovesick.
I'm lovesick.
I
Yeah.
am lovesick.
Wow. Cholat ahava. I mean, literally, I'm sick with my
Cholat
love.
ahavani. This is
I
like
am
this is
lovesick.
passion. This isn't a moment
But
of
she
passion.
is.
here.
This is her. She's
Six.
lovesick. She's lovesick. Mhm.
Smolo tachat leroshi.
Left hand beneath my head.
Underneath my head. His left hand. Vimino.
His right arm
Chabkeni.
holding me close.
Hugging me, bringing
Nice.
me close.
Sweet. And then finally, verse 7. But see, that's where it gets confusing. Why is she talking to the daughters of Zion here? if
See,
it's a
I
if it's
would
a
break
personal
the poem
moment.
there. That's where I would break the poem.
Really
Yeah. I would break the poem after 7.
interesting. Nobody else does.
After 6, I would.
Both Marcia Falk and the Blachs have that. But maybe you're right.
I would break it after 6. So look at 7 and then we'll
All right.
conclude.
Okay.
Hishbati etchem benot Yerushalayim. This is a different feel.
It is. She's talking to
I
you.
swear
Right.
to you, children, it's daughters of Jerusalem. Bitzvaot o ba'ayalot hasadeh, by the animals of the field, the gazelles, the little deers of the field. Im ta'iru, ve'im te'oruru, ve'te'oraru, et ha'ahava ad shetechpatz.
So,
Or like a
I don't know.
epigram at the like what's it called at the end? A little addition at the end
Yeah.
in italics.
She's guiding.
Or, I
She's
think it's
teaching
another
them
voice,
about
though.
love.
Yeah. Look at, don't awaken.
Love before it's ready.
Don't stir it up until it's right. Until
Wow.
it pleases you. Until it's right. Don't start.
By the gazelles.
Do you mean business?
Right.
Don't stir it up until you mean business.
Until you need business. Yeah, that's really so she's in this moment. She's describing it. I don't know. I mean, that's the question here. So what do you think? Do you think this is a public place and their intimacy, their love for each other is getting some attention here? Or are we in a very private moment in the love chamber, as Jim suggests, and then she somehow wants to talk to the Benot, these daughters of
Epilogue.
Jerusalem.
I think this is an epilogue.
This moment.
This verse.
Mm-hmm. Daughters of Jerusalem, swear to me by the gazelles, because they are all gazelles. They're so beautiful, right? They're all beautiful. And by the deer of the field, this image of beauty, that you will never awaken love until it is ripe. Don't awaken that love until you mean business. I guess. I don't know. I think it's confusing to know where that verse 7 belongs. So I wonder what you guys think. Verse 7.
Okay, let's make a prayer and.
Yeah, but anyway, it is
out.
beautiful. I just want to offer up, because she's so different. Just offer up. Can I just read you?
You may.
Marcia Falk, her. He brings me to the wine hall, gazing at me with love, feeds me raisin cakes and quinces, for I am sick with love. Oh, for his arms around me, beneath me, and above. O women of the city, swear by the wild field doe not to wake or rouse us till we fulfill our love. She's a poet, so she gives us the poetry, but she changes. She changes the setting. She makes it a public setting. Clearly, she describes his wooing of her with the quinces and the raisin cakes. She longs for, doesn't describe, but longs for his arms around her, beneath her and above. And then she says to the women of the city to swear that they will not wake or rouse them until they fulfill their love. It's different, So that's Marcia Falk's interpretation. And as you can see, there's a lot of ambiguity, a lot of question in this poem from so long ago. And I think, Jim really may be onto something, suggesting that these are just pieces pieces of poetry that was preserved, but maybe not preserved quite in its order. We have to
Fut nefesh ufut guf.
find our way to use it for healing and for good.
The healing of the spirit and the healing of the body, for those we know, for those we don't know. Fut nefesh ufut guf. The healing of the spirit and the healing of the body. Those we know, those we don't know. On my right, the angel Michael. On my left, the angel Gabriel. In front of me, the angel Uriel, Uriel, Uriel. Behind me, the angel Raphael. Above my head, above my head, above my head, above my head. Shekhinah. Baruch atah Adonai Rofei HaCholim. Blessed are you, great healer. Amen.
And with healing for the people we know who could use some healing, and for the broken heart of the world, for all the people in the Ukraine, of course.
We apologize for the sounds outside. They're doing some work here in our undisclosed location. Here in the heartline, the omphalos, the belly button of America.
Thanks for joining us. Thanks for doing this with us, reading this beautiful poetry with us each morning and counting the Omer. Let it be a good day 9 as we count. May this day count. And we hope everyone has a great day.
This day counts. That's a good one. Yeah.
That's what I said to the kindergarten kids this morning.
That's nice.
And we'll see you tomorrow morning.